Video that everyone's been waiting for, how to manage special occasions when dieting. Now, I wouldn't suggest going out all the time when dieting. That's why I've put special occasions rather than just a meal out or a random night out every single week. That will affect your progress. However, special occasions, meals out every now and again, drinks every now and again, of course we can fit them in. That's part of the parcel. We want to make sure that you're enjoying yourself along the journey, but as soon as it starts affecting results, that's when you need to have a look at pulling things back. So if you can get away with doing it once a week and we're still progressing at the rate that we want you to, then that's absolutely fine. But if progress starts slowing down because you decide you want to eat out every single week or go for a big night out every single week, that's when we need to rein things in a little bit. However, let's talk about how I would approach these situations and little tips and tricks that I would use. Okay, so first of all, the first approach I would use is calorie banking. So if you're tracking on MyFitnessPal, and most of you will be who are watching this, we can use an approach called calorie banking. So let's say you have a target of 2,000 calories a day. What you could do is save some calories each day leading up to the meal. So let's say your meal out is on a Sunday night. That gives you 6 days to save up calories before you go. So you could save between 100 and 200 calories. Let's say you've saved 200 calories all the way up till that day out. That gives you an extra 1,200 calories to have on that Sunday when you have that meal. Okay, so always think ahead of time. If this special occasion is a week away or even longer, it gives you more time to save up calories. So it could be the longer you have, the fewer calories you have to save up per day. Okay, so let's say you know about this occasion 2 weeks ahead of time. You might only need to save up 50 calories a day or 100 calories a day to give you plenty of calories to use for that special occasion. However, if it's a week away, then you might want to save maybe 200 calories a day to give you that extra sort of 1,200 calories to have on that special occasion. Now, another technique you can use alongside this is fasting or just simply removing a meal on the day of the event. So if you usually have breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks, what you could do is skip your breakfast. Automatically that probably gives you an extra 500 calories. Maybe pull out a snack or have a smaller lunch, and that way you've got all your calories you've saved up throughout the week plus those calories that you've saved from having either no breakfast or a smaller lunch to have a lot more in the evening. Okay, so it gives you a lot more calories to play with, and you're going to need them, especially if you're having some drinks or you're going out for food. It tends to be very high calories, so saving up calories across the week, pulling out some calories leading up to that meal or night out, it will allow you a lot more leeway. Okay, next up, you can add this in as well. The more movement, the better that week, because if you're moving more and you're in a dieting phase, it's increasing the amount of calories that you burn across the week. So let's say your step target is usually 10,000. What you could do is bump that up to 12,000 for the week, or even more, or add some cardio in, and that way, again, we're burning more calories across the week. We're allowing for a little bit more space for that special occasion. So a few little rules and things to help you out here. What I would always do is decide what you're having a week ahead at least, because then it gives you plenty of time to save up calories across the week rather than having to pull like 500, 600 calories away from one day, which I wouldn't recommend. You've got plenty of time to save up those calories across the week. Okay, it also gives you plenty of time to look at the menus / nutritional information online. So most restaurants, they'll have nutritional information online. It'll tell you what calories are in what, so you can then pick what you're going to have and log it on MyFitnessPal ahead of time. And then that tells you how many calories you need to save up across the week and how much you have for that day. Okay, so having a look at the menu, choosing what you're going to have, and making sure that everything is logged. What I'd also do is leave some extra room. So don't use all of your calories on this meal, because chances are you might have an extra drink more than planned. So always leave a little bit of buffer room, maybe like 200, 300 calories in case you end up having maybe an extra side or an extra drink or something like that. You've still got plenty of room to fit it in if you do go a little bit over. Remember, if you do go a little bit over with your calories, then you can just pull it back from the rest of the week. That's not a problem, or the following week. What I'd also do is overestimate, because portion sizes can be different. Even if you look at it online and it says, right, this burger's 1,200 calories, let's say that's served with chips. One chef could serve you a portion of chips that's 300 grams. One could send you a portion of chips that's 500 grams. So always overestimate. So either look on the website to see how many calories are in it, or If it's not like a chain and it's just a random restaurant or something like that, you're just going to have to search on MyFitnessPal for a generic one. So again, using the burger example, if you type in, try and be as specific as possible. So if it's like a beef burger with cheese and fries, type that in rather than just type in burger with chips. Type it in and look at the different ones that pop up. You're going to have to pick one of the generic ones and just overestimate. So pick one of the higher calorie ones. If there's a burger and chips on there for 1,500 calories and one on there for 1,700 calories, pick the higher one, especially if you're in a dieting phase because it's most likely right. You also don't know what oils and butters and deep frying goes on in the kitchen, so always overestimate it. If, for example, you search for a portion of chips and it says one portion is 300 calories, what I like to do is just change it to 1.2 or 1.3 of a portion, and then that usually covers you. Also, what I'd recommend is pick wise options, pick some lower calorie options. Yes, everyone probably wants the triple cheeseburger with rainbow fries and a pudding and a cocktail, but chances are you're not going to fit that in. So maybe picking some wiser choices, some higher protein, lower calorie options on there to make sure that you can fit it in, so you're not starving all day, and to make sure you fit in. With alcohol and stuff like that, again, cocktails, they rinse your calories so quickly. So maybe going for like clear mixers like your gins, your vodkas, even stuff like tequilas, prosecco, champagne, those sort of alcohols. With diet mixer, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. You're going to be able to fit a lot more in than going for like wine, beer, cocktails. Obviously, if you want a cocktail, have a cocktail, but make sure it's tracked, it's overestimated, so you can fit it in. And that way, you're going to be absolutely covered. You're going to make sure that everything is accounted for. So just the takeaway points, like the better you know, the more in advance you know about this special occasion, the better you can plan for it. Look at the menus, look at the nutritional information online, pick what you have in a week in advance, then you know what you need to save across the week. Always overestimate. So if for example, that steak and chips, you think it's 1,000 calories, put it as 1,200 just to make sure that you're covered, and then just try and pick some wiser options. So especially with your alcohol and stuff like that, so you're not just using all of your calories plus more on higher calorie options. You can actually get some decent food and drink in there. So that's how I would approach these special occasions. Like I said, you don't want to be doing this all the time, especially if it starts affecting results. Then I would keep it to an absolute minimum and use it as special occasions, people's birthdays, I don't know, weddings, stuff like that. These are special occasions. Obviously, if you're in a gaining phase or you have a lot more calories to play with, you can probably get away with doing it a little bit more often. But as soon as it starts affecting progress, that's when you want to strip it back. So use this as a tool to enjoy yourself, to keep you on plan, but let's not abuse it. Let's really still try to get the most results out of each week as possible. And what I'd always say as well is let me know if you're not 100% sure on how to fit a social occasion in. Let me know on the check-in the week before, and I can help you plan it and help you fit it in. So hope that helps. It helps you know that you can still have like meals out and stuff like that, as long as they're approached in a sensible manner, so it doesn't affect your